Anyway, last but not least, the truth about Drake and Lil Yachty's strange friendship. Bro, is it me or Lil Yachty and Drake magically became friends out of the blue? Like, I feel like I could be tripping, but to me, it just seems like one day they just magically became best of friends.
From the outside looking in, Drake and Lil Yachty's friendship is strange. Just 2 years ago at this time, it honestly felt like Lil Yachty was on his way out. His albums were consistently flopping, and the narrative had definitely formed that Yachty was falling off. However, then came 2022, and despite their careers headed in totally different directions, seemingly out of the blue, a new friendship was formed with one of the biggest stars on the planet.
Hey, Bo. What's up? Hey, Bo. I just want to say, y'all make some noise. This is one of my best friends in the motherfucking world. Y'all make some
See? Like, out of the blue, they are best friends.
Today, Drake and Lil Yachty describe themselves as brothers, and there's no denying the impact they've already had on each other's careers. Of course, you could look at the music itself, as Yachty's not only landed writing and production credits on 8 tracks off Drake's new album, but then add another 6 from Her Loss, along with also being the one who chose the cover art for that project. As we're about to see though, the two's influence on each other goes far beyond just music. From fashion, social media, and tattoos, to even Yachty being the one responsible for Drake painting his fingernails hot pink. By the end of this video, Drake and Lil Yachty's sudden best friend status will make a lot more sense.
What's your relationship with Drake?
Oh man, he's like, that's my brother. We're the same person. He's just like $700 million richer than me. Yeah.
Although Drake and Lil Yachty's first official collaboration was in 2020 with the single Oprah's Bank Account, according to Yachty, the two have been in touch since very early in his career.
He always loved my beat selection. You know, he's one of the first people like to post my album, one of my albums, and just like,
what Lil Yachty have on top of his head, bro? Like, why? Anyway.
Man, your beat selections are so crazy. And that's crazy to hear from him, you know, especially during times when nobody was really fucking with me. Like, I never had many rap friends.
Lil Yachty first exploded into the rap scene back in 2016 with his cherry red braids and catchy auto-tune melodies after signing his first record deal with Quality Control and Capitol Records at the age of only 18 years old. He would then release his debut mixtape Lil Boat in spring of 2016, which included the platinum hits One Night in Minnesota, combined with multiple hit features that same year too, such as Broccoli, I Spy, and Mixtape with Chance the Rapper, as well as with also being named a 2016 XXL freshman in the most iconic class of all time. Lil Yachty had quickly become a poster child for this SoundCloud wave that was taking over.
I feel like one reason why
I don't know what poster child now. I feel like poster child would be like 21 Savage, Lil Uzi. Lil Bo was up there, Lil Yachty was up there, but poster child, Kodak Black, Lil Uzi Vert, 21 Savage. Like, come on now.
we all got picked because we all in our own lane. All got something completely different going on.
And everybody be wanting to be in niggas' lanes.
I ain't gonna say everybody want to be us, but
man,
everybody want to be us.
Meanwhile, at the same time, back in 2016, Drake was very...
See, like Lil Yachty saying, bro, I don't think everybody want to be me. But them two niggas, bro, everybody wanted to be like them two niggas, bro. If you didn't want to be like Uzi, you wanted to be like 21 Savage.
Firmly atop the rap game. He dropped his 4th studio album, Views, his most commercially successful album ever. Hotline Bling was arguably the song of the year, and his Summer 16 tour with Future broke the record for the highest grossing hip-hop tour at the time. But while Drake had been aware of Lil Yachty and these new SoundCloud rappers coming up, as Yachty said he was one of the first major stars to post his music, it was the following year though, 2017, when the two would meet face to face for the first time.
I met Drake in 2017 at one of his shows, and we were cool. You know, I honestly tell you the truth, don't know how we got to where we are now.
Yachty claims him and Drake were cool, but even he wonders how they got so close that they literally talk every single day. Along with meeting Drake in 2017, Lil Yachty would also release his debut album, Teenage Emotions, which in my opinion was rightfully met with poor reviews, and also poor sales. When I first released my Teenage Emotions,
I'll sit there and be honest with you, I did not listen to that album, like, at all.
I thought that shit was fire, but then the sales came back and I was devastated and so confused. I worked so hard. A year later came his sequel, Lil Boat 2 in 2018, in addition to another album titled Nothing to Prove. However, Yachty did have something to prove on this project though, as after criticism that he was just another mumble rapper who couldn't actually rap, this project here's Yachty trying to spit more bars instead of that fun bubblegum trap sound that had initially blew him up.
Like my whole thing was to make it so that rap didn't have to be so angry. You know, it was so hood, it was so street, so gangster, so I'ma kill you, Glock on my waist when I like, you know what I'm saying? Like I came and I was like, it doesn't have to be
Cold like Minnesota.
Nothing to Prove would fail to chart inside the Billboard Top 10, and while peaking at number 12 isn't terrible, compared to other rappers of that 2016 class such as Lil Uzi Vert or 21 Savage, they had both already landed Billboard #1 albums by this point. But meanwhile, on the other side, again, Drake was having no problem staying relevant in 2018. More Life and Scorpion, of course, went #1, and also gave us Drake's biggest song to date, God's Plan. 2019 was another down year for Yachty, as with him basically taking the year off and not dropping a new project, this definitely helped fuel that narrative he was falling off. Although a lot of people don't know, he was still working behind the scenes, including writing the City Girls triple platinum hit Act Up. However, Yachty knew he needed to make some noise for himself, so in an effort to bounce back, a year later he would enlist the help of who is in his eyes the greatest rapper of all time.
Like he is, to my opinion, the greatest rapper ever. You know, and that's my personal opinion. I ain't arguing with nobody with their mama.
Although Lil Yachty initially wanted Lizzo to feature on his song Oprah's Bank Account, after Drake heard a snippet posted to Yachty's Finsta, he decided to reach out. It's so crazy because I originally wanted to put Lizzo on it. I sent it to her and I don't want to say she didn't like it, but she never got back to me, which is cool. And then I posted a snippet on my Finsta. Drake follows my Finsta account, which is crazy. He was like, yo, this is dope, which blew my mind, and then he told me to send it through. I didn't know he was serious, but he actually got on it.
Wow, things we do, eh?
The things we do.
Things we do for entertainment.
As the lead single for Yachty's new album, Lil Boat 3, Oprah's Bank Account released in March of 2020 alongside a 9-minute Director X music video also featuring DaBaby. But despite Yachty's attempt to return back to his old sound, and despite the project's very star-studded feature list, Lil Boat 3 would still flop, with the lowest first-week sales out of any of Yachty's 5 albums. Nonetheless, Oprah's Bank Account wouldn't be the only music video Drake and Yachty worked on together in 2020, as Boat would also make a cameo in Drake's Diamond Smash hit Life is Good, in collaboration with Future, another Atlanta rapper Lil Yachty had worked with before in the past, which the music video now has over 2 billion views.
Jeez.
I, for a very long time, wanted to just do anything involving music with him. So, like, I kind of, like, been telling him for the last, like, I don't know how many years, like, bro, can I even just be in a room? I just want to soak it up.
Drake and Lil Yachty's friendship had clearly been growing. However, at this time, it was definitely still more of a working relationship than best friends like they are today. Lil Yachty was now in a tough position as an artist. There was no denying his role in pushing the culture and sound forward, but clearly none of his new releases were sticking with fans like they'd used to. So while 2021 saw Drake continue his dominance, defeating Kanye West for the biggest rap album,
Mickey D's. Bro, I genuinely wish this was Mickey D's because I would be eating something really good right now. What's going on, though, Daddy?
of the year with Certified Lover Boy, Lil Yachty knew he had to switch things up yet again. Described as a tribute to his second home, Yachty would drop his 14-track mixtape Michigan Boy Boat in spring of 2021, featuring all Detroit-type beats and verses from rappers in that scene. Michigan Boy Boat.
I wouldn't even sit here and lie to you. I didn't even know about that mixtape or album, whatever it was.
Would only sell 16K in first week sales and clearly flew under the radar for most fans. Or perhaps people just didn't care to listen to new music from Lil Yachty anymore. But the truth is, Yachty didn't care if he liked it or not. He was having fun. I just wanted to show love, that's it. And I feel like I rap my best over those types of beats. Although fans of his old SoundCloud music would disagree. 2022 looked to be more of the same for Lil Yachty. I actually saw him perform as part of the Lyrical Lemonade anniversary show in October of 22, and not only was he early on the lineup of artists, but he also had to basically yell at the crowd to get hype because they were pretty dead during his performance. However, unknown to everybody in the venue that night, including Yachty himself, just a few days later, Lil Yachty's career was about to be revived like never before.
Are you saying,
bro, these ads just made me wish that I was at Mickey D's. Say Chicky Felipe. Bro, you need to start getting off, you know.
Become a sperm donor with cryo.
Despite the two's careers headed in totally different directions, it's clear that sometime around summer of 2022, Drake and Lil Yachty's friendship took a massive step forward. While they had again been in touch and already had one collab under their belt, despite my research, the details of what led to them really hitting it off are a little blurry because, well, I don't like talking about Drake or posting about him because I just respect his privacy so much. Yachty told Complex back in 2022, I never really post anything about him or with him, but me and the boy are really, really close.
That's my guy, man. That's my brother, man. Like,
say I might want to get YouTube Premium instead of Apple Music. Why not have both? I can lock my phone with YouTube Premium.
It's like the only person I probably talk to besides like my team on like a daily basis, like every single day.
To officially ink his spot in the crew, Yachty would post this picture of his new OVO wrist tattoo, while also making his first post about Drake with the now deleted caption, "Big bro said I don't gotta fly Delta no more." To celebrate Yachty's 25th birthday in the summer of 2022, Drake invited him to fly on his private plane Air Drake for the first time on a vacation to Turks and Caicos. More life to my brother Lil Yachty. So happy we are locked in for this lifetime. However, while Yachty had now secured a spot as the right-hand man of arguably the biggest superstar the world's ever seen, his own music career had now kinda taken a backseat. After going over half the year to start 2022 without releasing any new music, just 3 days after I saw him at the Lyrical Lemonade show in October, Lil Yachty would unexpectedly land his biggest hit song in years.
This fucking hacker, he hits my phone and he's like, "You have this song called Poland, bro. Please, bro, send it to me." And at the time, I'm like, bro, no one gives a fuck about my leaks, right? Like, well, I'll send it to him. Like, nothing's gonna happen. So I send it to him. I don't know who the fuck the guy is, but like, I didn't think he was gonna post it. And even if he did post it, I didn't think anybody would give a fuck.
Lil Yachty was totally wrong. Not thinking anything of it, Yachty sent his unreleased song Poland to some random guy on the internet. Come to find out, a few days later, a snippet started floating around online. If you want to hear more about the crazy world of song snippets, I already did a whole video about them. But
No!
Something different with this one. Thanks to that unique vibrato effect on its catchy chorus, Poland was quickly spreading all over TikTok and social media. Stop leaking my shit, Yachty wrote as he first posted the song on SoundCloud, despite the fact he was the one who sent it to some random guy. But as the song turned into a viral sensation, Yachty and his team wasted no time capitalizing on the hype. The 83-second song would then drop on all platforms a week later, along with a Cole Bennett video shot in just a few days.
We're about to shoot the Poland video. This came about yesterday. We were just sitting there, hopped on for Yachty. This is like 16 hours ago, and now we're in New York.
However, Poland was just the start of what would continue to be a massive month for Lil Yachty. Although he is not featured on Drake and 21 Savage's 2022 collab project, his fingerprints can be heard all over it, as well as also seen, as Lil Yachty was actually the one who chose the cover art for Her Loss. I chose this cover because this photo is so raw, so authentic, not fabricated. With a total of 6 writing and production credits along with his ad-libs sprinkled all throughout, Lil Yachty's influence is extremely clear on this project.
That whole album process, I was damn near like living with him. And that shit was crazy. Man, that nigga rich.
Where would I be without our friendship? I love you, kid. Drake posted on his story after the album dropped. Thank you for your time, your incredible talent, and your ad-lib game. Combined with some nice royalty checks, Yachty's contribution to Her Loss was also very key in his own comeback.
Quite honest, I don't think people really paid too much attention to me. You know?
No, they paid attention.
Well, I mean, people know where I was, but I don't think people really like paid too much attention, which I understand, but I think Her Loss made a lot of people like look at me and be like, wait a second, there must be something we don't see.
To keep his momentum rolling after the project leaked in its entirety, Yachty would release his 5th studio album, Let's Start Here, in January of 2023. As yet another total switch up from that bubblegum trap sound, Yachty describes this project as psychedelic alternative. For a long time in my career, I wanted to be taken seriously as a rapper, and I said that. I would go try and do radio freestyles, and I did Michigan Boy Boat to prove that I was a rapper. But now I'm past that. Now I'm proving that I'm an artist. Let's Start Here was met with generally positive reviews, with many praising Yachty's successful genre transition. Then, as he and Drake's friendship continued to grow, he would once again land both writing and production credits on Drake's 2023 single, Search and Rescue, which was actually blocked from #1 by Morgan Wallen, who was dominating the charts at the time. Drake's 2023 album, though, For All the Dogs, would indeed go #1, smashing records in the process thanks again to help from his best friend, along with securing his first ever feature on a Drake song with their collab Another Late Night, accompanied by a Lyrical Lemonade video likely connected by Yachty. Lil Yachty also has credits on 4 other songs plus another 3 tracks on the Scary Hours Deluxe.
I don't think that this album is what it is if I don't get to run everything by you, if I don't get to sit in the studio and write with you and think with you, and if you don't send me beats, and if you don't just tell me what you believe in and what you don't believe in.
Allegedly, they figured out that I'm the secret recipe. Yachty raps as the opening bar in his new song with J. Cole. However, while again there's no denying Yachty's influence in pushing Drake and inspiring him to try new sounds and beats, not everyone has been exactly happy with Drake's recent evolution.
I don't need any of the Drake from the Lil Yachty throwaway pack. Whatever Drake Yachty really wrote, I'm cool.
But regardless of how you personally feel about Drake and Yachty's new friendship, their influence on each other goes far beyond just
I
music.
say Adonis
After
is
having now
a
been seen with
fraud
both pink and yellow
rapper.
nail polish, the
Bro, I don't know which one. Bro, Adonis rapping for Drake or North rapping for Kanye. I genuinely don't know which one is wilder. Honestly, it's crazy.
true inspiration behind Drake painting his nails has now been confirmed, and to no surprise, it's Lil Yachty who actually launched his own nail polish brand back in 2021. Get out my comments, you told me to paint my nails so I stopped biting them. And now the world is being homophobic for the first time since Rich Flex. Drake joked in his Instagram comments, "Brother, you're not supposed to have these episodes in public, it's fine. They just don't get you, bro." But even beyond painting nails, Yachty's also had a big influence on Drake's recent fashion choices. From wearing a lot more vintage and oversized clothes such as these Reggie Miller pieces he bought from one of Yachty's favorite New York vintage stores. While fashion trends do change over time, I think it's safe to say Yachty has had a big factor in Drake's style this past year.
Yo, where would I be? Where would I be, bro? I would be, I don't know, man. I would just be.
Shirt right now with super skinny jeans.
Wow. You're right, though. You're right. Yo, wow, say it. With the jeans tucked into the Timbs.
The same goes with Drake's increased media presence this past year as
boy.
well. Having not done a serious sit-down interview really since the Rap Radar one back in 2019, although we can't pin Lil Yachty as the sole reason for Drake being more active on social media as of recent. Knowing how tapped in and connected Yachty is online though, once again I think it's safe to assume he's played a big role. Aside from sitting down on the beach for their own podcast episode together last February, we also saw Drake on the Barstool Sports Sunday Conversation, which Yachty appeared on a few months prior, and Drake has also formed new friendships with streamers such as Aiden Ross and Kai Cenat, who we know Yachty has been locked in with both and even spit a verse on one of Kai's AMP ciphers. Not to mention Drake and Lil Yachty have even gone live together themselves gambling for steak.
Embarrassing. Oh.
It's embarrassing.
We'll take.
That's good. That felt good though.
Yeah, that was nice.
What do you mean you'll take it? It's 900 grand.
Yeah.
But the benefits, of course, work both ways. For
Drake is
example,
too
after Drake went
rich,
viral
bro.
for his podcast In Bed with Bobby Altoff last year, the next episode was with Lil Yachty. While at two opposite points in their careers, Drake and Lil Yachty formed a friendship that appears to be for life. They've truly helped each other in so many different ways than we even know, but to answer the question we're all wondering, Yachty said this when asked about a collab album.
We need the Drake and Boat album.
We talked about it before. It'll be nice, right?
However, regardless of what happens next, there's no denying that Drake and Lil Yachty have had a massive impact on each other's careers. Now at the point where they don't have to prove anything to anybody, they both are simply having fun enjoying life.
Alright, that was actually a good last video, a good video to end it off on.